Hi, I'm Philo and I'm always late. Being late and being Philo is synonymous, like, I'm Philo and I'm a nurse, or I'm Philo and I only date white boys. Kidding. Anyway, I'm not here to rag on my heritage. I'm very proud to be Philo, but one of our unfortunate traits, a built-in sort of default system, is being late to everything. We run on Philo time. Urban Dictionary defines Philo time as an excuse for arriving anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours late to any party, meeting, or hanging out. Only exclusive to Filipinos, this is a standard time any Filipino will arrive to. Many people of other races hate it because most of them will arrive on the marked time. I'm very guilty of this. So for this week's healthy habit, where me and my friend Lisa trial a new habit for 7 days, healthy habits, I will aim to be at least 15 minutes early to all my engagements. I'm not really sure why tardiness is so ingrained in our psyche. From the top of my head, it could be because of the extreme traffic in our motherland, or because of the weather. It makes me always feel lethargic and lazy and unproductive. So I thought on top of my habit, I would explore the different theories of why this is so. Let's go!
Well, this morning was a success, which is usually the case when you try something for the first time. So instead of being 15 minutes early for work, I'm half an hour early for work, which is... I don't think I've ever done that. It was a joy to drive to work today. I found myself thinking about other things and I was driving at such a leisurely pace, and it was refreshing because usually I drive and I'm thinking about the clock and I'm constantly looking at the clock. I managed to fit in breakfast, which means I'm not gonna be grumps all day, which is good for everybody.
I am very motivated to keep going to things early because I had an exceptionally good day at work today. It was crazy. It's invaluable to have that ease in time before starting a shift or before starting anything, just to relax into it and settle your mind and yourself. It's kind of a form of meditation or a form of taking it slow, which I fully appreciated. It's much more valuable than a tiny bit more of a sleep in. Also, it's Lisa's birthday today.
Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Yeah!
I'm a potato.
Hey, here we are again. But this time I start at 6:30 and I'm here at 6. So I didn't film anything yesterday because I had a little film premiere for a little short film I was in. But let's just say this, it's real stressful when you have to rely on other people to be on time, especially Filipino dads. It turns out old habits die hard. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
So today we have Dana, who's a fellow Filipino, and she would like to tell me her 2 cents on why she thinks Filipinos are always late.
I think the reason why Filipinos are always late because of that habit, we call it mañana habit. Mañana habit is a disease. Mañana is a Spanish word meaning tomorrow or later, which is also described as
procrastination.
Yep, mañana habit simply means putting off important tasks for later and hastily make it to the last minute when the deadline draws closer.
That's Filipinos in a nutshell. I've been so good up until this point. I was 5 minutes late to work today, and in my defense, it wasn't a typical day. I started at 9 a.m. instead of 7 a.m. But all this being early and endeavoring to be early has actually rubbed off on me because I was the least late I've ever been when my shift starts at 9. And I know that's not an excuse, but
so why are Filipinos
Always late.
always late?
What's your opinion?
Well, I feel like they think the party would start later. I think they just assume it.
Yeah.
And they don't want to like wait around. They kind of just want to come in when it's like in the middle, like okay.
When it's good.
When it's good. So like remember, if you want to have party, if you wanted to start at 7, say 6 p.m. Because they will come at 7 p.m.
So once again, I failed at being 15 minutes earlier to my engagements today, and that's in part due to my disorganization and part due to just being a bit scatterbrained and taking on way too much this week. What I learnt this week is that don't clarify plans the day of, clarify it the night before or a few days before. I mean, I know that's already a given and that's very it's very obvious, but clearly these things happen. 2, I take on way too much. I take on way too many invitations and stuff. Yeah, it's very stressful to be late. I'm not gonna lie, I had a big cry and sook about it. I felt very disappointed in myself, and I'm determined to find strategies to be more organized.
Just want you to answer this question. Why do you think Filipinos are always late? What's your theory?
Ganun talaga eh. Manana habit ba? Do you know what do you mean by manana habit? Mamaya na. Something like that.
Any other reason? Any other reason at all?
Kasi para bang mahilig sa rat race. Gusto nila laging apurahan, gano'n. Laging pa-importante. Laging things pa-importante. Yan. Dadating din naman ako eh. At saka laging ang hindi time conscious.
I don't think they're always late. It's just a misconception. We are, I think, more forgiving of people who are late. Probably because in the Philippines, road traffic is just common.
How do you explain why Filipinos who have migrated to another country bring those traits back to their migrated country? Because the traffic's not an issue anymore.
Yes, but again, I believe it's a misconception. I've been to a lot of events where a lot of Filipinos come in on time. And of course, there are people who are late as well. But like any other event, non-Filipino events, there are also a few people who come in late, not Filipinos. So I think it's just a general thing, becoming late.
Do you think you're someone that doesn't inhabit this trait?
Well,
What I learned is that training yourself to be early when being late is your default requires more than 7 days. As you can see, I slipped a few times, but when I did manage to arrive earlier, it was well worth it. I decided I want to keep this habit in my life, but with more of a game plan. If you have any tried and tested strategies on how to be consistently early to things, please pass them on to me. I need all your wisdom. I think having a strong why is really important to maintaining any habit. And my strongest whys to being early is feeling more relaxed and present, not feeling guilty or needing to compensate for being late, and never missing out. As for being Filipino and always late, I've learnt that the stereotype is quite ingrained. I think it's in part an endearing little quirk that we, for some reason, like to advertise. It's somewhat founded in truth, I guess, because it's in our culture and history. But like all stereotypes, it's not a one-size-fits-all. So at the end of the day, being early is a choice, and I choose to be thus. What an ending. Anyway, that's it for my week, and I can't wait to see what you do next, Lisa. Over to you. Bye.
I have a question, Papa.
Question daw, question. Oo, tinatanong ka.
When are you dying, Dinat?
No, my God, that's not the question.
Tanong sa'yo.
Sige, akala ko.
Oh my God.